Stephen A. Smith says Kamala Harris is pissing him off. I can't say I'm surprised, man. First it was Jasmine Crockett. Now I guess he got an issue with Kamala Harris. Unbelievable, bro. But shout out to Willie D Live for the content. Ghetto Boys alumni. Salute, bro. Let's get into it.
What's up, family? Stephen A. Smith, your sportscaster, says that Kamala Harris is P-I-S-S-I-N-G him off. Yeah. Why? He says if she says I told you so one more time, he's gonna blow a gasket.
Really?
Let us pray. Lord, please let Stephen A. blow a gasket.
What you gonna blow a gasket for, man? What did this lady do to you? What did Kamala Harris do to you? Because she was right? Man, let's see what's going on.
Let him blow a gasket and end up in something that starts with a C and rhymes with gasket. Thank you, Lord. Amen. Appreciate you. You did what I'm saying? Say, fam.
Oh, man.
What I want to know is, how is this dude so angry with Kamala Harris?
Right.
But he's not even remotely as angry with Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth and all these people, these warmongers, these people who got us at war right now. The people who are sending Americans off to war to die. He's not as angry with them. He's not about to blow a gasket about the price of food, the price of home mortgages, rent, gasoline, healthcare, education, on and on and on and on and on. He's not about to blow a gasket on any of that stuff.
Of course not. Because Stephen A. Smith is far removed from being affected by those things. That's what people got to understand about Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith is always going to pander to and cater to power. Always. It goes without saying. He's always going to bend over, literally, for people in power. It's unfortunate that I have to say that, but at this point in time, in this current climate in the world and in our country, we got to call a spade, right? And Stephen A. Smith is one of these Negroes who feel like, I've made it, I'm successful, I'm rich. If you listen to a lot of his commentary and his talking points on a lot of things across the board, it always comes down to the fact that he's wealthy now. He has money and he wants to protect that at all costs. So he's never gonna speak against the powers that be to speak truth to power. You understand? He know what he's doing. He's not stupid, but it's beneficial. I'm not in that same lane in my life where I have to worry about the price of eggs and I have to worry about the price of gas. I'm wealthy. So when you hear me speak, I'm always going to speak and pander to the people in power. The proximity to power for Stephen A. Smith is more important than anything. No matter what comes out of his mouth. He gets on ESPN and my brother this and my brother's that. Oh, I want to see all of us win. I want to see us get, everybody do well, this, that, and third. But in all reality, if he ever has to speak against the people who he know holds the power in this country, and call it for what it is, he's not going to do that. He's going to cower. So these issues that Willie D is speaking to that most normal people have to worry about, Stephen A is oblivious to it because he doesn't have to worry about those things anymore. He'll tell you, man, I'm from Southside Queens. I'm from Queens. This. All that bullshit that niggas like him do. You can't fall for it. Like, you understand?
You know what I think Stephen A is doing? I think Stephen A is cooning.
Facts.
I think that what Stephen A does is try to, on a daily basis, identify black people that black people hold in high regard.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least many black people hold in high regard, right? And his job is to undermine them. His job is to try to break them down to a level where his bosses can look at them and crack jokes and laugh like, yeah, got him, get him, boy, get him, sick him,
exactly. He do they dirty
Stephen
work.
A is corporate America's do boy.
Facts.
He's white America's do boy.
Facts.
But especially for the people over at ESPN.
Right.
This is why I canceled my ESPN subscription years ago.
Right. I mean, listen, the last time I watched First Take was when Shannon Sharp was on there because it was good. You know what I mean? The dynamic of having Shannon on there with Stephen A and all the other analysts and commentators it was good. It was enjoyable to watch the way they went back and forth. Shannon's humor, you know what I'm saying? And to a certain extent, he brought the real blackness out of Stephen A, quote unquote, right? When they would go back and forth because Stephen A had no choice. Like, Shannon is more down to earth than Stephen A, in my opinion. You understand what I'm saying? But nobody watches First Take anymore because they're tired of the rambling, like the loud shit. People then got to the point where they nicknamed him Screaming A. Smith. Screaming A. Smith. You feel me? And it's truth to that because all he does is talk loud, talk fast, and just try to muddy the waters with his take on a lot of things. Like, there's really no substance to a lot of the things he say besides just talking loud and fast. And trying to, you know what I mean? Trying to sound like he's so much smart. He's always the smartest person in the room. You understand? And that is backfiring on him because people is catching on to him. Like, yo, bro, you full of shit.
I don't trust him. I think all of them are a bunch of racists. You gotta be, in order to let this guy get away with the things that he says about black folks. Somebody, well, you know, he talk about what white people do. No, he don't. And it's especially not with the same amount of passion or vitriol that he attacks black people.
And that's a fact.
I have never heard Stephen A disparage white people collectively. I've heard him scold a white person or two.
He pick his spots,
in sports.
Mm-hmm.
But I've never heard him disparage white folks collectively. I've never heard him criticize white folks collectively. And if you look at people who behave like him, those coconuts, they all follow that same pattern. They got all the smoke for black folks. But when it comes to other people, especially white people, they never go after them as a group or a race. They never say anything critical about them as a group or a race. Just listen, you ain't got to believe me. I know some of y'all don't like me.
That's true. And they're not gonna do it because the white people have the power in America. The white people, we all know we live in a white country, right? Not just statistically, but as far as power. White people have the power. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So when you have people like Stephen A. Smith and the tethers, whatever y'all call them, I'm learning as I go with all these new terms that has come about since, you know, being introduced to the internet, and I'm learning. But mean, it's true. Immigrants, African immigrants and Caribbean immigrants, when they get here, they're not gonna want to be too closely associated with Black Americans because we don't have the power that moves the needle in this country. You understand? We don't have the power, and they know that. So in their mind, I don't gotta be cool with you. I don't gotta, assimilate with you. I need to get close to the people who cut the checks.
Bruh.
You understand what I'm saying? I gotta get close to the people that cut the checks. Never mind what you talking about. Yeah, we got the same skin color and all of that, but they have the power.
Definitely ain't gotta believe me. Just go back and listen. Or you know what? I know you got stuff to do. So just start listening from this point on. Just listen to him. When he got his rants and all this stuff, and he has some of the most unprovoked rants in history. Like, he just go off on little bitty things, but these are things that typically, center around Black folks. These are normally Black-centered issues, right? And people, Stephen A. Smith, he should not be in the position that he's in. And he would not be in the position that he's in if he was working for a Black company. Granted that the Black company was as big and had the kind of money that ESPN has, right?
And that's the problem right there. He knows that there is no Black company that has the money and the power that ESPN has. He knows that. So why am I going to go out of my way to damage my not even my personality, damage my image? Why would I go out of my way to damage my image and my reputation with these white folks in order to cater to you who look like me? Why would I do that? There is no monetary gain for me if I keep it real and I stand with y'all and speak truth to power. I do not benefit from that monetarily. So why would I do that? It's all about the money for me. You guys don't understand that by now? So y'all can get upset with me all you want, but you don't cut my check. You don't write my checks. You can't give me no money. You can't make me wealthy.
Right? He couldn't say those type of things because they wouldn't allow him to say those type of things. But he can do it over at ESPN because they don't care that he throws Black people under the bus.
Absolutely not.
They don't care that he attacks Black women.
Absolutely not.
They don't care if that's his thing. They like it because they attack Black women too.
Exactly.
You just don't hear them saying it out loud.
He's their mouthpiece. He can say the things that they truly want to say, but because he looks like he's the color of those Black women, they know it will come across. It'll come across better, right? It'll come across as a Black man trying to correct Black women and trying to help them see things for how they should be. And man, if you really want to get ahead, you need to do it like me. You see how I'm up here? They done made me rich. So y'all need to calm down with all that talking back. Y'all need to calm down with all that really calling them out for the bullshit that they do and the shit that they be on with Black folks. If y'all stop trying to attack them for the stuff that they do to us, maybe they'll help you get where I'm at or put a few dollars in your pocket. That's his whole grift.
They use people like Stephen A. to do their bidding.
Facts.
When Stephen A. starts attacking Black women just out of nowhere, he just be picking them out. He just be, there's a Black woman, white Black people like, white people don't like her. Yeah, there's another one, she's intelligent. She thinks she all of that. She, you know what, I can't stand her. She just, You know, he just be just picking off black women. You know, that's his thing right now. You know, for a moment he was just stuck on black males in sports.
Right. That's what I was gonna say. He go at black people in general. Like, he go at black people in general. And it's very noticeable. Like, you can't hide it no more, bro. The jig is up. Especially with the new creation of independent media and all these platforms and bloggers. See, back in the day when Stephen A. was a journalist and there was only a select few of people on TV or writers and in newspapers or columnists or whatever, he knew there was a very small group that he had to wrestle with. But now the floodgates have been opened due to the introduction of social media and YouTube and all. Everybody can create their own platform and everybody can have a voice. It's much more for him to wrestle with, and he doesn't like it.
But now he's starting to go after black political figures, black women who has a large and dedicated, loyal following of black people. That's who he attacked, because he knows that there's a lot of people who are executives all across the country who aren't black that feel the same way, that feel that way. In fact, I don't even really think he feels the same way, but I think he just knows that that's what they want to hear him talk about.
Exactly.
I wouldn't be surprised if before Stephen A. goes to work, every day that he comes in, he stops by the boss office and they, hey, look, here's what I want you to talk about today, boy. Or maybe, he comes in and he goes like, hey, what you talking about today? Well, boy, I got me a couple of them, man. Look at this. What you think about this, boss? I'm gonna get Kamala today. What you think I did? How you think I did with Jasmine the other day? I got a good, didn't I? I got a good. Yeah, man. Mm-hmm. That's him.
Shucking and jiving.
That's him.
Shucking and jiving.
For him to listen to Kamala Harris say, I told you so. I told y'all.
Right.
And
she ain't saying nothing wrong.
For him to think that she was talking to black folks shows you how disconnected to black folks he really is.
How in the world could she have been talking to black folks? Everybody knowing she precisely laid out Project 2025 and Donald Trump whole plan, she wasn't specifically talking just black people. She was warning everyone that this guy was gonna make a mess. He was gonna make a fucking mess of the country. And it's coming true in real time. Why would anyone have an issue? See, this is the problem. People are scared of the truth. They don't like to be wrong, especially people like Stephen A. Smith, who is such a egotistical narcissist at times where you can't tell him anything. For example, when the senator, I can't think of his name right now, please forgive me, but when the senator who is a military veteran got up there, well, it was a group of them. I stand corrected. It was a group of them who got up there and said, so they warned the military and the soldiers in the military that they did not have to follow illegal orders, unlawful orders. Stephen A. Smith got his ass up on TV, on his show, Straight Shoot or whatever. He got up there on his platform and he went on a tirade about how dare they say that, this, that, and the third. I know people in the military. I have family, this, that, and the third. Why would you get up there and tell them not to follow orders and But he left out the unlawful part. He left out which is a failure to pay attention to detail, which is some of the things we've learned in the military. One of the key things that we learned in the military, me being an Army veteran myself, you learn, pay attention to detail. Complacency kills. Stay alert, stay alive. We learn these things. So for him to get on his platform and leave out that very, very important part of what they were saying told me in itself that he had no clue what he was talking about. And then he tried to double down by saying, well, maybe is there something I'm missing? Yes, nigga. You missing the whole point of what they were saying. The most important part. The most important part, you missed it. And then you were so caught up in just trying to be right and trying to pander to the powers that be, you wouldn't back down. And that's the problem people have with you. Even when you're wrong, you try to be strong, which is always a recipe for disaster. Every time, bro. You got to get out your own way with this shit, man.
Obviously, she was talking about those people who did not vote for her, who went out there and voted for Trump. That's who she was talking to. And Stephen A. said he voted for Kamala. I don't believe. I need to see it.
It don't
I don't
matter.
believe he voted for Kamala. I don't believe. I think he voted for Trump. Stephen A. is a Trump supporter.
For sure.
He don't have the balls to come out and say it right now. He don't have the balls to just flat out come out and say, yeah, man, all right, I'm a Trump supporter. We already know you're a Trump supporter by your rhetoric. That's how you talk. How critical you are of your own people all the time. You just be going in on these black women, and you go in super, super, super hard on the Democrats all the time. But at the same time, you try to play both sides of the middle. Man, we know.
He be grifting. Look, you know what I'm saying? He be grifting. That's what they call it, right? You grifting, my nigga. And it's see-through. Your slip is showing, homie. Your slip is showing. The more you talk, the more you reveal about who you truly are, and you can't hide it. You know what I'm saying? You saying you voted for Kamala, whatever, that shit is neither here nor there. The way you talk about money and your love of money, it clearly shows that you're always gonna lean more towards who's in power, who has the ability to make me richer, and morals, values, and standards are set aside. What's right about things are always going to be pushed to the side. Yeah, you might be right, but they got the bag, man. They got the money, man. They got the power, man. You gotta get along to go along, man. Sometimes you just gotta hush up. Yeah, they might be racist. They might be this. They might be that. But they the one pulling the strings, bruh. If you want to get ahead, this is what we got to do.
You know what it is, Stevie? You know what it is? She really pissing you off more than what he said. She's pissing him off. So she's really pissing you off more than what's going on in the world.
Right.
This country, I don't know if you've been paying attention, because I know you're trying to get to that 100 million that you signed up for. You want to make sure you get all your money.
Right.
I got that.
Right.
But I don't think you're really paying attention to what's going on around here. This country is at a crossroads.
For sure.
This country is in need of repair. This country is divided as more than it's ever been. And your ass sitting up there, perched all up in your chair, signaling out black women, not just any black women, successful black women,
influential black women,
highly regarded black women.
Right.
You see, how you know these women are probably doing the right thing? The establishment don't like them.
Right.
The establishment don't like anybody
That rock the boat.
that's for black people. Now,
Don't rock the boat. You better not. Anybody that get out there, again, I'm going to say it again, and speak truth to power, you're rocking the boat. You're disturbing the norm. And we don't like it.
I'm not saying that all of the women that he's attacked is all the way in one way or the other. I'm just saying, if you have any type of love at all, any type of interest at all in advancing the black plight, you are going to meet strong resistance.
For sure.
From them folks.
For sure.
Well, what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Shout out to Willie D, man. Y'all go over there and subscribe to his channel. Again, Ghetto Boy veteran. Always speaking truth to power. He not scared, bro. He not one of these scared Negroes. You know what I'm saying? He not one of these scared Negroes who get up here and try to act like just because he has made it in life and, you know, he's made something out of his life. He's financially stable, whatever the case may be, that he's not going to call out the bullshit when it's time to call it out. But again, Stephen A. Smith is the type of individual who he's always going to pander to power. You understand? And one thing you got to understand, and I'm going to leave it here. Y'all let me know what y'all think. But people vote with their wallet. People vote with their wallet. So don't let them ever tell you anything different. If someone is successful, more than likely, they're going to vote with the party that caters to their ability to become more successful or to maintain their wealth. That's always going to be the case throughout history and in the future. Always remember that. Let me know what y'all think, man. Stephen A. Smith pissed off with Kamala Harris because she told everybody, you know, she was right. You know what I mean? And the only time I really heard her come out and say that was at the memorial for Jesse Jackson. And then she didn't even really flat out say like, oh, I told you so. You know what I mean? But if I was her, I would have been like, I told you niggas so. Especially if you black and you voted for Trump. You a damn fool. You a damn fool. If you're not a billionaire or multi-millionaire, your vote goes to waste when you vote for Republicans, because most of their agenda is catered towards the wealthy, the 1%. Please get in the comments, man. Let me know what y'all think. Again, go over to Willie D, subscribe. Appreciate the content, bro. And if you don't mind, if you like this video, subscribe here too. I'll be dropping more, giving my little 2 cents on everything that's going on, man. Y'all be easy, man. Take care of yourself out there. One.
I came from the bottom, I grew up with roaches and mice. And they threw a party as soon as we turned out the lights. I ain't have a job, but my man had an awesome wife.